It is Monday. We are blessed to start a new week. Man, this was an eventful weekend. I feel like we did so much, from hanging out with Sam's family, chilling by the pool, to heading down to San Diego and doing the pop-up at Provecho Coffee, which, by the way, was so much fun. We met so many people. I love doing pop-ups, and I just love being in conversation. Like, I feed off other people's energy. So being there and being around like vendors, which are, small businesses, like, to me, a small business is a dreamer who actually does. And so being surrounded by that is always a great time. And especially for this cause specifically, because basically the funds that we raised got donated to help the immigration stuff that's going on. So it was just a great cause and so many people, and so just the vibes were amazing. The bakers popped off, the crafters popped off, the DJ popped off. They're playing cumbias, which is my favorite. If cumbias are out in a room, best believe I'm probably somewhere moving my feet or I'm dancing. There's just no way that you can hear a cumbia and not move your body. Like, it's just, I can't do it. And yeah, it was just amazing to have a weekend full of just community, friends and family, and my cup is definitely overflowing. So I'm super excited to start the week. And I've had so many conversations about like my pivot in life right now, what I'm trying to do, and I feel like we're finally starting to get somewhere. This is going to be the first time that I say it out loud, or online, I should say, because I have been having these conversations already this previous week, between visiting Necessity Coffee, being at Provecho Coffee, and then running into Andrew from Cafeína. Like, I sometimes don't realize that the community I've built, and I've like, I don't know, I guess like, this community that I've like balled up, and these people that I frequent often and hang out, and we support each other, and I support their business. They've always supported me and whatever I'm in. And now that I'm in this place where I'm pivoting and I'm like, I want to be in coffee. Like, that's what I want to do. This is the first time that I'm actually saying it out loud. Like, I want to be able to have my own coffee cart where I can pop up and I can make my own schedule, and we could do catering stuff and collaborate with other people. Like, that is my goal. The scary part is that I don't know anything about coffee besides making my Nespresso at home. So today is the very first day that not only am I saying this out loud and feeling comfortable on camera saying that, like, I feel like this is going to be my safety net. Because when I say things out loud, especially if I say them online, I'm like, oh shit, well now I have to do it. And so today's purpose of heading down to San Diego right now, which is why I'm in the car, is going to my first cupping, which is happening at Provecho, and starting to have these conversations with, people that already have their shops. Provecho actually started, as a coffee cart, and they're technically, I guess, still like a mobile coffee cart, the way they set it. Anyway, but they started that way, and they've, blown up since then, and I've been supporting them for a very long time. So I feel like I'm going with somebody who I trust, and also like just, I guess, like this being my first like go at like learning about coffee, like the beans, and today specifically we're doing like a cupping. And so learning about coffee and then learning how to like work behind the bar, like all that stuff is everything that I'm going to be documenting, because that's the route I want to go. And it's just not coffee necessarily itself, it's just like everything that coffee comes with, and building community and, creating space, and like not that I necessarily want my own space at the moment. I don't think that that's going to be feasible, so we're going to baby step this shit. Not only because I don't want to overwhelm myself, but I'm really just going to start and just go and pivot and learn as much as I can in this time frame that I'm giving myself, which probably, from what I talked to, I've already talked to 3 coffee shop owners, and they've all told me within a month I could turn this shit around. Which is kind of crazy, because I'm thinking like 6 months, 8 months, which is what I told them. But having conversations are like, no, you could be up and running like within a month, and have a good setup and all that stuff. So I'm really looking forward to it. I don't want to force myself into a month, but I figured maybe like a soft launch, or like something like where we could do like a test of how this is gonna go, assuming that I learn everything in this time frame. maybe by my birthday's August 2nd. I don't know. I think, what do they call it? Like a stress test? I feel like maybe my stress test could be on my birthday somewhere, and I can have friends and family cruise over and just kind of give me feedback, and so I can practice, you know? It's always scary learning something new and saying it out loud and putting it online and then having people give you feedback real time. And even though I'm scared and I tend to always like, I don't know, have these conversations where I'm self-sabotaging, where I'm like, damn, I'm not even going to say it online because it's not perfect. And the idea here is that I don't know shit about shit, but I'm going to document it, because at some point, like, I'm going to get to a point where I know enough to not only start the business, but build the business from the ground up and document that at the same time to share. Just as, like, I don't know, maybe it's a reference for people like me, or who see themselves in me, or who can reference that and be some kind of inspiration, even if it's not coffee. Like, there's going to be, I don't know, I feel like there's always going to be something that pulls at you or tugs at you that you can repeat over and over again, that you're curious about. Like, there's got to be things that you're curious about, that those things you like constantly think about. And this has been on my mind for a really long time. I just never really felt comfortable saying it, because I get it, I'm not like reinventing the wheel, which I understand, and I'm not trying to. Everybody has their own flair to what they're doing, and I just want to be able to have my own thing and my own flair to what I'll be doing and building, and I want to share that. And so I'm super excited. Notebook to take notes. Okay, so this is called a sensory coffee cupping tasting. So basically what they do is they have you try a bunch of fruit, nuts, how it feels in your mouth, and ways to describe it, so that when you get to the coffee smelling and tasting part, you're able to have words to what things taste like and feel like in your mouth, to be able to describe the coffee. I hope that makes sense.
I would say it doesn't like
coffee soup.
One of my notes when we smelled the dry coffee was like broth. So actually,
coffee
right
soup.
on point.
I like the smell of that one better.
Actually, this one, I haven't smelled it. This is the only one. No, this is the only one that I was like, I don't know what I smell.
You're like, all done with the class. It was really interesting to taste fruits and then find fruits, nuts, that taste in the coffee. Yeah, that was a really cool experience, really unique experience. Really happy I went. I don't know, I've never actually tasted coffee, I'm realizing, like actually like sat there and savored it and try to figure out if it's sweet, bitter, tart, or whatever. And that's what we did a lot of today, which was I think it was a really cool introduction to just knowing that there's all these kinds of notes in the coffee, that because of all the sugar and, you know, the sweet creams and all that stuff that we add to our coffee, that we don't really taste it. So today was a nice experience to actually appreciate the coffee bean and coffee for what it is and where it comes from and all that stuff. Very, very informative class, and super excited I went. Now we're stuck in traffic, headed back to LA. A lot of homework to do as far as finding machinery, buying a grinder, and yeah, just start dabbling in that and finally get some training and figure out how all this is gonna work. And yeah, just practice. As soon as I got home, I started making a to-do list. I was supposed to have a chat with Gerardo when I went to the cupping, but he got busy for one reason or another, which super grateful that I even got a phone call and that he took the time to explain, break down things, and just really made me feel a lot more comfortable and a little bit less intimidated by the entire project. And best believe I took hella notes, asked all the questions that I had so that I can move forward and continue my own research. Just super grateful, super excited to continue on this journey.
Always trying to find another reason to leave, but we sit at home all alone.
Good morning, happy Tuesday. Today our morning routine has switched up a little bit. We are headed to LA to do a little bit of research on some espresso machines and grinders. So I'm gonna go check out this one spot I was recommended to see what they have in inventory, to try to find maybe a used espresso machine, especially after yesterday's conversations that I've had with the Provecho team. Gave me a little bit of homework as far as like seeing what's out there at the moment, what the costs would be, and it's kind of a lot. It's definitely a big investment up front, but I don't know, I'm excited because yesterday we officially booked our first training for next week, which is a lot faster than I thought it was going to happen. But I feel like now that I've been putting it out into the world and speaking it more frequently, it's making it a lot easier for me to like get the idea, like, damn, I'm really doing this thing. Which honestly, if you haven't already and you are a dreamer and you have these ideas, sometimes speaking them out loud and talking to people about the thing that you're trying to do, honestly, let me finish that thought. Sometimes when you say it out loud I feel like things start going into place, like things start happening as soon as you start saying things out loud. So if I hadn't said things out loud over the weekend and things would have been happening, I don't think I would have gotten the guidance that I've gotten so far. And I feel like now that I've gotten not only the words out to say, hey, I'm trying to do this, and having those conversations more frequently, I've also gotten a lot of guidance on what not to do, what not to buy, what to focus on, and how to kind of like fast track this thing, because I have friends and resources that basically allow me to like not make as many mistakes. Sure, I'm sure there will be mistakes along the way, but like try to not make mistakes so early on. So the guidance has been highly appreciated. Yesterday really solidified like all the things that I'm doing, and now I kind of have a little bit of like a guideline, a plan, and things in motion, where now I have hopefully I have a meeting on Friday of this week to speak to a graphic designer to do all my branding. And while this is happening, now I'm going to LA to do this research on this machine. Also been jumping on Facebook Marketplace. I haven't done OfferUp, but I know I'm going to do that at some point. And that's just going to sum up probably most of my morning. And then I have to jump into doing my Amazon reviews. So a lot of this process, because right now I'm basically just been freelancing, and that's obviously inconsistent income. What I'm trying to do is figure out how to make money online, and part of that is being a part of the Amazon influencer program, which I've been in. I just haven't been proactive on it till like a week ago. Now that videos are getting traction on there, I'm basically trying to film as much as I can on the days that I don't have Adi, so that I can film and then edit for a few hours and try to push those out as fast as possible, and share my reviews and my thoughts on products that I genuinely use and love and just have at home. I'm definitely not buying to review. I don't want to do that because, one, nobody has the funds for that. Two, the stuff that I buy is stuff that I usually like for the most part. And so those are the things that I want to review. So if you want to check out any of the reviews, I'll put the Amazon link or my Amazon storefront in the description. Now that I'm in this Amazon influencer program, I'm trying to basically fulfill all that, shoot all of that content and get it out so that I can focus on these other things that I know I'm going to have to learn as I go through this process of building this business and, figuring out the ins and outs of it. Because it's not just coffee I have to learn how to make. It's obviously all the back end and figuring out profit margins and how people are going to pay and what places I need to set up at, what permits I would need. So it's all this back end stuff that I'm trying not to overwhelm myself, and I'm trying to find the excitement in just learning and becoming knowledgeable and becoming somewhat of an expert in this field until obviously practice makes progress, and so on and so forth. Yeah, I'm excited. Yesterday was so much fun. I feel like I got so much knowledge and so much reassurance of the things that I'm doing and the direction that I'm heading, where everything's kind of starting to make sense, which honestly is a long time coming, because for 6 months I had no idea what I was going to do with my life. I had no idea which direction to go. Like, I had no plan, no nothing. And for someone who lives in the future all the time, because I'm always shooting for the next thing, it was probably the toughest 6 months of my life, because I'm not normally like that. I'm always on the go. So to be completely shut off and not have any direction, not have anything to like go towards, was rough, super rough. I think for ambitious people to not have a drive is a problem. Like, that is, yeah, it's not normal for me to, I don't think I've ever experienced that, honestly, until now. That's why I was like, this is low-key a midlife crisis, but fuck, like, I'm only 37. I'm like, what is the meaning of life? Like, I'm having all these thoughts and ideas of like, what am I, like, am I chasing happiness? I shouldn't be chasing happiness, because happiness is a state of mind. And I don't know. Now I'm rambling. I was so close to pulling the trigger, but I'm like, no, I should go home, think about it, pray on it, and make sure that it's the right decision, because it's gonna end up being like, whoa, that was unnecessary. It's gonna end up being a pretty big investment, but the girl I saw, she was so nice. They were so kind. They offered training there that would be included as long as I get the machines from there too. Like, I feel like all things are aligning, and I was telling the girl, like, I'm just scared, because I literally am scared. Like, I'm literally scared because it's a big investment. It's like, I don't know, but she gave me a lot of hope, and she gave me a lot of reassurance, and yeah, I'm just really excited. So I'm gonna go home, think about it some more, do some research. Plus, there's a delay in the shipping time to get the machine. It takes about 3 to 4 weeks, so I don't want to wait too long, because kind of want to have it around my birthday, so I can have like a soft, like either like a soft launch or like a stress test where like I can invite people and test out the bar flow and all that stuff. Like, I really want to do it, and I really want to have the machine, but I have to obviously plan in advance now. I'm excited because I just feel like everything is aligning and everything's falling into place, like, weirdly, which I haven't been used to for the last 6 months, because I've been feeling like nothing was making sense and nothing was adding up and no direction, and now it's like everything's falling into place and the puzzle pieces are aligned and matching up, and it's coming in super hot, super fast, which it's a really good feeling, but it also just kind of makes me nervous, and you know, I'd really be throwing myself into the wolves and just jumping right in it, which trial by fire is normally how I learn anyway. So yeah, I'm stoked. Slept on it, I prayed on it, and I think I'm gonna do it. I'm so nervous and I'm so excited. I don't know, I just think it's time. I think it's time. I keep sleeping on myself. I don't know why I do this to myself. Like, I have all these grand big ideas for this company that I'm trying to build, and I just keep getting like hung up on just researching and researching and researching. One thing about me is I'm a research till I die. Like, I'm gonna research the shit out of something, and then most of the time I don't do shit. But now I'm like, fuck, it's go time. Like, I really, really, really need to do it. Oh my God, it's like a big investment, but fuck. Like, if I don't do it now, I just don't want to be left with what if. Nonetheless, I am scared. I want you to know that I am scared, and there's always going to be a fear of failure. But if I don't do it now, like, I don't want to live with any more what ifs, because I just keep self-sabotaging, and I want to stop that. So this week has been a little bit more mellow, I feel, just because there was a moment where I'm like, damn, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get this machine because something happened with the financing option that they had given me. It didn't go through, so then I had to go find something else. But through everything, it took about a day or so to figure it out, and we figured it out. We got the machine ordered, and now it's gonna take about 3 to 4 weeks, which during this time, instead of just sitting on my ass, basically all I've been doing is researching and figuring out how to make syrups at home, and then figuring out what syrups I want to work with or not work with, and all that stuff. So today we're doing a little R&D and making some syrups that I found online. One thing I will say about the coffee community, they're so helpful and just super encouraging. So I'm just excited to really be in this field now and learning and educating myself like so much. And I really feel like between everything that I'm curious about and everything that I enjoy, like on my downtime, I feel like this business as a whole is really like making me whole, really. Like I enjoy the whole recipe aspect. I just love learning and educating myself, and the fact that you could share, once you create it, the fact that you can share a drink with someone, have a conversation with someone over a drink, whether it's matcha or coffee, like the community aspect of that, it makes me that much more excited about doing this project and really getting it off the ground, because literally we're starting from zero. I have no barista experience, which makes me look forward to next week, which I'll take you guys along with me. But yeah, this week has been a little bit more mellow because there's been a lot of research that I've been doing and literally taking notes. Like, one of the things about me, when I have to remember something, I have to write it down, otherwise I'll forget. I did go to Costco yesterday and got these big ass bags of sugar for the different syrups I'm gonna attempt to make. One of the things I learned is that there's like 2, maybe 3 different types of syrups. One of them, which is for fruits, basically just have a ratio of 1 to 1. So 1 cup of fruit, 1 cup of sugar or whatever. And you gotta let that sit for 6 to 8 hours. So we're gonna make that with this sugar. And then the one that I want to make today specific, the one for sure I want to get done today, because this is gonna have to sit, is the banana brown sugar syrup, which right now is like a hit everywhere. So I definitely want to get that going. Also, I did have a chat with a graphic designer this morning. I forgot to record it, but just trying to get quotes and stuff, because I really want to do it the right way, but it's kind of pricey. So I'm kind of like, damn, I already spent a lot of money on the machines, which is like the most important factor. But also I feel like branding is also really important. So if you're a graphic designer and you could potentially help me out, please reach out. I would love all the help I can get, because yeah, graphic designers are hard to come by, and I know everybody has their own style. So we'll see if it ends up working out or not, but that's basically what I need to get the ball rolling on like the marketing side, which at the moment I'm basically getting the ball rolling whatever's on the back end side. So it's kind of stressing me out a little bit. I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right, you're gonna learn with me. Here we go. There is 3 different types of syrups. One of them is an infused sugar syrup. So this is sugar, water, and whatever floral ingredient, dry ingredient for the most part, like floral, lavender, rose, spices. Then there's the oleosaccharum syrup. This is more for like citrusy stuff. So it's like citrus oil plus sugar. This is good for like cold foams. And then there's fruit syrup, which is the one we're gonna make right now. This is a 1-to-1 ratio, and all 3 of them should last about 2 weeks. So let's make it. Also, all the stuff I use will be linked on my Amazon, which I have been doing a bunch of reviews on there, and I will be starting TikTok shop as well. So if there's anything in my videos that you like, that I use, it's more than likely linked. All right, the next one we're gonna try is an orange syrup. Anyway, for this recipe, we are gonna simmer it for 10 minutes. Oh my God, that smells incredible. I got my first syrup, y'all. I did that shit. Look at me. Oh my God. No fucking way. It smells just like banana bread. Holy Cheetos. Now, one thing about us is we're always going to maximize our time every single day, every weekend. We do the absolute most, but mainly because we try to get the most out of the day. It's been a while since we've been able to go together. Usually we split our time to maximize the day, obviously, but in this case, it's a Saturday. We woke up super early to make it there. And boy, what a difference it is since last October when we started Morning Poppy. There's barely any vendors out, barely any people out. And there's a few vendors that we frequent pretty often and get to talk to and haven't seen in a while. And having the conversation with them about how this administration has changed, what the community is like now, was really eye-opening. It's super saddening. You can hear the sadness in her voice when her coworkers were taken away. It's just really sad to see how much has changed with this administration and how other people are being affected, especially in the LA area. The streets are pretty empty. There's just like this eerie feeling of people not really being out how they normally were. All that to say is please be kind, be more empathetic, because a lot of people are not even able to show up to their jobs to help support their families, and a little kindness will go a long way. Disculpe.
There it is. That was it right there. That was the winner. Okay, so now you're gonna go ahead and step up to the bowl. Okay. All right. I want you to swing it nice and big and try to knock that tee that's under the ball. I want you to try to hit that tee. Okay? Hey!
That was good.